Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Skillless podcast. My name is Josh Carrillo, and joining me as always is my wonderful co-host, Seph Luna. Seph, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good. Very exciting news we just got today.
I know, I'm super excited. Before we jump in, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter as always at _team_no_skill to stay up to date with all the latest news and updates from myself and Seph. Now, Seph, we watched both the Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Showcase. You want to jump in and talk about those?
Yeah, so basically, as we said last week, we basically watched the Summer Game Fest on Thursday. And that one was a pretty interesting show, especially coming after the PlayStation conference and everything, too.
Yeah, I still felt like it was a little lackluster again, but I was excited for a couple titles that they announced.
Yeah, it's the same with my reaction, too. But the PlayStation and the Summer Game Fest, it was very lackluster for especially big games that kind of show up, or because it seemed like it was mostly just indie games from both of them, from the way it looks like.
Yeah, the ones that caught my eye for sure were the actual release of the freaking Prince of Persia game, because back when I used to work at GameStop, which was several years ago, we were taking pre-orders on it, and then we canceled all those pre-orders. So now seeing that it's actually like alive and out in the ether is super cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting from that one. There's another one that there's a couple of them. I just don't remember. I need to pull up the list of Oh yeah, that's right. Final Fantasy. That one came up at the very
Yes,
end.
both Ever Crisis and
Rebirth.
Rebirth. I'm so excited for both of those.
Yeah, that one was a pretty big shock because I didn't even hear anything about that at all. But like that one looks very interesting just to watch and see.
They actually announced it last year, and I actually want to say they announced it at the PlayStation Showcase last year.
Yeah, I think they did. At least they kind of like teased it and everything. They just never got the full like release and showing of the solid date for it and everything too as well.
If I'm correct, Square Enix also has another like showcase set time to do their stuff too, right?
I want to say so. If anything, like I haven't looked up the the Game Fest schedule and everything, so I'll just get with you that real quick. But other than that, another game that's like pretty crazy to see was the extended look at the Mortal Kombat and everything too as well.
That was pretty good.
Right?
I'm not one for like 2D fighting games. I'm not good at them. I was always good at like 3D fighting games like Naruto.
Yeah.
But oh god, dude, like graphically, these games are just so high tech and so beautiful. It's terrifying.
Yeah, dude, it looks really good, especially just the way how they have the story too. Like it's an actual full on, almost like a redo too as well, or a reboot from the original trilogy. Because have you ever seen the story of Mortal Kombat beforehand and everything?
Never, no, because this is a different universe, which is why it's called Mortal Kombat 1, right?
Yeah, because the original like three, or because this is probably I want to say the third reboot, because it started off with the original Mortal Kombat, goes on for like a little bit, and I think sometime when they did the 360 era, I want to say that's when they rebooted again, and this is the third reboot or the second reboot after that, if anything from it.
Right on. That looked good. They also played a lot of cool trailers too, like there was the Twisted Metal trailer
Oh yeah, that
that
one,
looked phenomenal.
dude. I can't wait for that, and the way how they look and everything, like they made Sweet Tooth look really good from like the film to the games to the film and everything. The fact it's also being played by both Samoa Joe and Will Arnett is pretty interesting combo right there, if anything.
It sounded good. I
It
was
really
super
did.
excited.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious like how Anthony Mackie's gonna be in it too as well.
Right.
Also, a little update. I haven't seen anything for the Square Enix. The next one I see is the Ubisoft Forward and RGG Studios. Apparently, there's also a Final Fantasy 16 pre-launch celebration today too, as well.
Oh, that's right, because that comes out soon. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you something funny. Speaking of
Okay.
Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
I believe it was like episode 2 or 3. We were talking about Final Fantasy 14,
Yeah.
and I couldn't remember the word for the specific like boss type enemy, because we were talking about 16 and how you were fighting Ifrit and Garuda.
Oh
and
yeah, that's right. It was the previous. No, I think we were talking about that in the video itself. Like you were trying to figure out what the monsters were, weren't you?
Right. Well, we were also
Yeah.
talking about it in the podcast, and
Oh, okay.
some of my Final Fantasy 14 friends listen in, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Josh, did you fucking forget the word primal? I was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
god.
I forget that, like,
At that point, you
this
kind of
is
had to.
accessible, and I got called out so fast.
Oh man, at that point, you
I
kind of
was
just
like,
had to head your head down a little bit in shame
I
for
did.
that one.
I fully told my friends. I was like, "Oh, I'm ashamed. I'm so sorry. Like, I know I spent years in this environment and I couldn't remember the word primal.
Oh
So
man,
I got my retribution for that. So that was
jeez.
funny.
He probably just said, "How dare you?" At that point, if anything. Oh my god. But yeah, that looks pretty interesting. That like even like got me curious on because I've been wanting to play that in the like at least on the Final Fantasy series, like and the newest one that came out or that's gonna be coming out soon, Seventh Rebirth. That one looks
Hmm.
interesting. That I kind of want to get a PlayStation, but because of money management issues and everything, is like I need to hold off on it for a bit.
Well, what I would recommend to you, because you haven't played 7 Remake either, you have to play 7 Remake, but before you play Rebirth, because it's the same storyline continuing through.
Yeah, of course.
But I
Yeah.
believe you can get 7 on PC now.
Oh, can I really?
I think it's through Epic Games, if I'm correct. You can actually play it. Like the buffer window has gone away, so you can get Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, which comes with all the DLC, on
Ooh,
PC
okay.
now. So I would highly recommend you start that. It's so good. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I'll definitely
so
look it
good.
up online because as I said, I've been wanting to play that, and I know seven was everybody's favorite just for like
7 is so
yeah,
good.
as all time favorite and everything.
And now it's just like, oh, it is so beautiful,
Yeah,
and Aerith and Tifa. Oh god, don't even get me
right.
started.
Right? There's a yeah, it just seems such a good game. I've been really wanting to like check out and everything too. That I know I'm probably gonna get myself into trouble just going into that just specific game alone as it's.
Oh, the rabbit hole was bad. And then, like, when I started playing 7, they announced, "Oh, here's a fucking Aerith in Aerith statue in a dress for like $300," and I was like,
Oh my
"Well,
god!
is this what I'm doing with my life?"
Right? It's like God damn it! I don't want to do this. Like
But those were definitely good announcements coming up. There's also 2 Like a Dragon games coming out this year, which I was surprised. One announced at Summer Game Fest and one announced at Xbox.
yeah, there was like two of them, which because one of them follows like one character from like the main trilogy, and then there's another one that follows from the other games too as well.
Yeah, I was super super surprised for those, but those look cool.
Yeah, and what's also I'm surprised too is that they already announced the collaboration for Exo Prima 2 as well, that dinosaur shooting game.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised about that. That they actually already collabing with the because I mean of course it's in house and everything too, as the Capcom game because it's a Street Fighter and a Exo Primo that I was not expecting at all.
That was looking pretty good. I was actually excited for Pie World or Pal World, which is
Oh
that weird like
yeah,
Pokemon gun game that just
yeah,
looked
like
absolutely ridiculous. I was
right,
so
it's like
excited.
Pokemon with guns. Like how more specific can you get just to describe what game it is at this point?
Exactly. We don't kill the Pokemon. We do. We absolutely freaking will.
Like it literally is like brings that out just like immediately is like oh my god that is actually something too.
There was also that Throne and Liberty MMO that got announced by Amazon Game Series that looked really really good.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is the yeah I forgot about that game.
I don't know if I'm willing to hop into another MMO because I just finished. Okay, I shouldn't. I'm gonna get flack for this too if I say this incorrectly. So I'll say I just finished RuneScape. But if you talk to any of my friends who play RuneScape, they're gonna tell me the game has just begun. Because while I got 99 in all of my skills, I still have my quests to do. You can get 120 like level in all of those skills. There's a new skill coming out, so you're never really done. You just take
Yeah.
breaks in between.
Oh
Uh,
god. Jeez.
I still haven't even finished the Endwalker expansion for Final Fantasy. I think I just got to like the 3rd dungeon, which is atrocious for me because I've I love that game. And then Diablo. Oh my, Seph, did I
Oh
tell you how many hours I have logged?
yeah, I remember you announced it yesterday when we were playing and everything.
Oh,
Or
that's
at least
right,
talking.
because I couldn't remember who was in the party.
Yeah.
The game has been out. We're recording this on Sunday, so this game's been out for a week and 2 days.
Yeah.
And I already have 110 hours logged.
But you got that's a ridiculous amount, especially for like what, like a week or two already
Just a
out?
week. It came out on the
Oh yeah,
on the
that's right.
4th.
Yeah.
Draper's already at like 150,
Oh
160, and
my
like
god.
it's just I'm I'm so over leveled that I'm 10 levels below the recommendation for Torment, the highest difficulty, and I'm already
God,
playing on it. I'm
oh
just
my
fucking,
god,
I'm
damn.
powering through. It's so good. So
That's
good.
really crazy. Holy shit,
Sorcerer
dude.
for the win, baby. I'm just, ugh. And I just redid my entire build to Ice, which does the most damage, and oh my gosh, dude,
Yeah.
I'm a freezing machine. It
Oh
looks
god.
so good.
That's freaking crazy. I just want to get like one more announcement that I'm kind of a little bit disappointed, but I should have seen it coming,
Oh,
which happens to be the movie that got released collaboration with Fortnite. So
oh, because it was with Transformers, right?
yeah, so I'll make a short out of that one, but you'll hear my reaction of it. Like when I first saw it, I was like thinking like, okay, cool, that'd be pretty. Or like I saw Fortnite, I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here, or like what's already releasing. Immediately when they showed off the Transformer thing, I was like, fuck, god, ah,
That's how they
already.
get you, because they got me with Star Wars. And they
Ironically,
actually got me with Naruto too, but I never actually played then. I did
yeah.
play the Star Wars one though.
Oh no,
That was
I'm
good.
still refusing to not play that game at all. Like I'm done. I'm not playing. I only played 2 games. That's it. I just did not like it in the 2 games at
And
all.
one of those games you shouldn't play.
Yeah. Well, I meant like two. Like I meant like 2 rounds or 2 matches is what I meant in there.
Oh,
Literally.
okay.
Yeah. I
I thought you
already.
were referring to Halo and your.
Oh no. Oh
Do you
my
actually?
god.
Do you want? This is funny to me. Do you want to tell the people about your experience with the game Gundam Evolution? Because it brings me and Draper great joy.
Yeah, it brings you guys great joy. It gives me great pain because the fact that this game released in like what like the release I think in September of last year for PC, and then I didn't get to play much on it, but it also released on either November or December and for the console players. So at first it seemed pretty well fine and everything too, and I started playing rank matches on it too as well because I'm always been wanting to like try to get better at stuff and see how well I do as well. Um, let's further like that's kind of like the basics. It's such a good game. It's a fun game and everything. Please play it. But later on, it's just the fact that like I the gamer fan base is kind of like dwindling down because the game is not being supported well. It's not being very advertised at all. So the fact that like it takes long matches, like ranking right now is non-existent at this point. I can't find a fucking match no matter what time zone I'm in or what time I play wherever I'm at. And the fact too that casual matches takes between like 2 to 5 minutes and everything too. And the fact that too that like what when you do get a match, no matter sometimes like I don't know it's why it's always the first match for me. It ends up being the fact that like I cannot like just get the fact that like this you because sometimes there are points where people will quit and then it'll immediately shut down the game within the first minute or so if you quit within that time. But also then sometimes like I have problems with myself too that I'll get like network disconnections right in the first beginning of the match, won't let me back in, and somehow I get like disconnected with the ban and everything too.
I just find it interesting that you said that game came out in September of last year.
Yes, yeah, and the fact that there's nobody
And
playing
there's
it.
no play. Well, because they, which is stupid because if I'm correct, they also just released a new Gundam game, right? So
Yeah.
it shifted all of their player base from that game that had just came out to
Yeah, it
this
didn't.
new. It's like they knew they had set it up for failure and had just jumped ship and was like, no, we're just putting all our eggs in this basket.
Yeah, which is funny thing too because it's like 2 different games too as well. There's like because the Gundam Evolution is more like arcadey kind of like a Overwatch type of game. That's basically what I explain it as is like Overwatch 2 or Overwatch but with Gundams, which is a lot better ironically, at
Mm.
least for at the time. But the newest game, Battles Operation or something like that, it's a bit more tactical and kind of like a slower base, kind of like tactical kind of like game and everything too as well.
Hmm.
But I actually did look up the Steam charts when it first got released on Steam. You want to guess how many people were in playing on September when it got first released?
So, just for my reference, it was PC only at the time.
Yes.
I don't know how big the Gundam fan base is, especially in their video game department.
Yeah.
Let's just shoot for like 100K.
I wish it was that big. It was
Oh my god.
16,697 people
Wait,
that
how
played it.
much total?
16,697
One
people.
six?
Yep. So
Oh my god.
But do you know how many? Like in the last 30 days, do you want to guess how many people were playing it at its peak?
If launch was 16, is it sub 1,000?
Yep. It is at the last 30 days. The average player base was
Oh
573
my
people.
god.
Yeah, and it literally it's been sub 1,000 since November. That's how low it's been.
That's
Eh,
insane.
Yeah, and it doesn't help too that they've been bringing in new content. They've been bringing in new Gundams and everything too as well. Because you can tell like when they did that because from March to April, the average player base in March was 693. In April, it shot up to 826, then it went back down to 649 in May. Because around that time, that was when they had the hyper update where they released like one new Gundam per month and everything too.
Hmm.
But yeah, like ever since that, like the player base has been so low that it's been hard to fucking find a match as well as like their networking. Like they need to get new servers at this point. It's bad. Like
I'm
the
pretty sure
fact
they're just gonna abandon all hope. Let's be real.
at this point, like I don't think it'll last till the end of the year. At this point, like if it's lasts throughout the year and they actually advertise it more, I'll be surprised if anything. But from what I've been seeing from the subreddit, that Bandai Namco just sets out games and just like let it be at that point. They don't even try to advertise it and everything too
Hmm.
like that. But yeah, that's god damn it, that's the one thing I've been pissed about, if anything. Which I literally, yeah. Anyway, get on to some better news that I actually prefer. The Xbox showcase today that just happened.
Starting with a fucking game that I am so excited for. They started with Fable, and oh man, I was not expecting that to be Fable because I wasn't expecting it was like a giant situation where like the girl was running and the dude was just like trying to kill her.
Yeah, which
But
is funny thing too. Yeah, go ahead.
I just absolutely love that game. Like I have fond memories of. It's one of the first few games I owned because it was like in the GameStop bargain bin for like $20, and I picked up Fable 3, not knowing what the hell I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a chicken kicking simulator, and you can just go do weird dumb shit, and like just hung out with like Draper, and it was just it
Yeah.
was a phenomenal time. I'm super excited that they actually have a release date for this.
Yeah, I was really surprised that that was the first thing that they announced, or like they would have done that, because I would have thought that they would have at least like kept that as a back burner before like Starfield, at least if anything. I wasn't expecting it to be the very first thing. Like, oh hey, we got Fable. Here's some like in-game cinematics, or not in-game cinematics, but in-game engine like game and everything too as well.
Well, I think because it was announced that there was an Xbox and Starfield Direct.
Yeah,
So they had to throw something in there for the Xbox like section of it. I just didn't think that Xbox actually had that many like major announcements. Like that Star Wars game looked really good.
yeah, Star Wars
Uh
Outlaw.
New of course you have like a new flight simulator, you have a new Forza.
One of the big surprises too was a Payday 3 actually getting like announced and everything too.
I'll admit I was surprised at that after a decade
Yeah.
of not having Payday, because the first Payday came out I think in 2011, so it was a
Oh
2-year
my
gap.
god.
And
Yeah.
now we live in a world where it's like, well, clearly the technology advanced in that like weird 3-year time frame.
Yeah.
So now we have to have a 10-year development cycle to catch back up.
Which is funny thing too, because I was like looking at it at first, I was like that looks like Payday. I wonder if it's gonna be a remaster or anything. Nope, it's probably Payday 3. Immediately after I said it, freaking announced, hey look, Payday 3 is out coming out this year. Which is actually
Mhm.
surprising that it actually is coming out that soon too as well.
I was excited to see that all these games are coming out within at least a 1-year window.
Yeah.
Which would explain why like there was not like an Elder Scrolls announcement aside from the MMO, but that's
Yeah.
I will sit and wait patiently because all of their eggs are in the Starfield basket,
Oh yeah.
which looked amazing.
That looks so good. Like, oh my god, that looks so amazing to see. Like, I can understand. Like, I understand why. Because also, then, like, well, like for us at least, we started a little bit later because of Josh had to rush back home and everything to get his recording stuff. But the fact that like, because I was like looking at the time when the Starfield direct happened and everything too, and I was thinking, I was like, man, there's a lot of times left for the game thing. And then because I thought there were going to be a bit more announcements, but no, they just went straight to Starfield. And the fact that they still had like almost an hour just to say all the features and stuff and everything on there, and they still had even more stuff to say that they couldn't say within the hour is astounding how big this game is actually too as well.
Yeah, I'm super excited to jump into that. But was there anything that stood out to you from the Xbox section of the showcase? I liked Avowed, which I believe that was the Obsidian game.
Yeah, it was the Obsidian game. Other than that, if honestly, the Like a Dragon was actually pretty astonishing, especially like from back to back, like from Summer Game Fest to this one.
Hmm.
Persona 3 and the Persona like 5 like Tactics, that one was pretty interesting to see as well.
They also had like Cities Skylines 2, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, that one's pretty interesting.
That Clockwork. Oh crap! What was it called?
Oh,
Clockwork
Clockwork.
Revolution.
Yeah.
That game looked interesting, and then there was another one that
Metaphor
I was.
Refantasy was actually a pretty good one.
Hmm.
That the one that
Yeah,
yeah.
that was definitely a good one. There was also 33 Immortals, which I was surprised that there's like a 33 player co-op game because it's
Yeah,
such a weird number.
right? Yeah, because when it showed up, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of pretty cool. Like, because I thought those are like AIs and stuff and everything too as well. But when it showed like, oh yeah, like there's a 33 co-op on there, I was like, oh my god, okay, that's the actual. Okay, they bring the title in actually right there. But yeah, that was a very interesting like game just to see on its own and see how that works. Or at least see if the servers are stable enough for that.
Have you ever, going back to Persona, have you ever actually played like any of the Persona series games, or are you fresh meat for the?
I am the fresh meat, as fresh as you can get, man. Almost as fresh as the Fresh Prince himself.
If you if you were to actually jump into the series, I do recommend starting with three. 'Cause three is
Yeah,
actually a good starting point.
yeah, that's what I've been like. For three is a really good one, and then five is just like kind of is like the most. Of course, you can see why with all the game remakes and everything for it. So
They also announced a new Xbox. They announced a new Series S, which is actually exciting.
yeah, I was about to say that too. Like they announced a new upgrade to it as well as the look to it as well.
Which is good because I was Brooklyn. If you're listening, I'm sorry, but this is happening and you can't stop this. I was looking into getting a Brooklyn Series S, so that way
Yeah,
we can to realistically fuel my own Diablo addiction.
right.
But because she wants to play too, so it's not really just
Yeah.
a me thing. She's
I mean,
just
at least you
away
have a
for
reason
2 weeks.
now. So
Exactly. Now it's like,
yeah,
well, it's boyfriend girlfriend time. Do you want to fucking
right.
play Diablo and slay demons and have Mother Lilith step on me for a second time? Yes, please.
Oh
Um,
my fucking god.
but they announced a new Series S
With a
with a 1
bigger
terabyte hard
expansion.
drive,
Yeah.
yeah, for $349.99, which is I think a phenomenal price point. Still, I'm
Right? It's still pretty good. It's like
definitely gonna bite the bullet probably this holiday season and try and snag one for her. That way we can get our game on. That'll be
right,
good. Oh, we
I
also
mean
didn't talk
pre-orders
about
on.
Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cyberpunk because I didn't think that that they actually would have had the DLC. I completely forgot about it because I ironically I did because I was looking through my my games list and everything because I have the Ultimate Edition, so I have the Game Pass and everything. I was just looking through seeing what to download and everything, and I was looking. I was like, I know because one of my buddies Zach, like I need to talk to him because I haven't talked to him in a while since he left Target. But no, he said that Cyberpunk's like gotten pretty good, like better since the initial days and everything too. So I
Hmm.
thought like, oh, might as well download it and everything too. I wasn't expecting them to actually release a DLC for it afterwards and everything, or at least a DLC right now. So that
Yeah,
must be a really good sign of like how it is and everything too.
they also, to our surprise, uh, showed Fallout 76 getting an Atlantic City
Yeah.
expansion, which I want to know that player base size because that game did
Right.
not do well at launch. I hear it's like done a lot better now
Yeah.
as
That's
time has progressed, but
that's what I heard too as well. Like it's like there's like certain games that kind of stopped or that kind of was pretty bad at launch is now finally getting the treatment or the fact that they're actually like doing well now at the point that like everybody else is coming slowly coming trickling back into it that's been
mhm.
curious about it. But yeah, that's the one player base I do want to see and everything too. That looks very interesting. Anyway, speaking of hardware side too as well, that same thing with Starfield. The one thing I really don't want to spend much money on because of how much it is the collector's case for that watch and everything.
Oh yeah, it's fucking $300, but it looks so good.
Yeah, which is funny thing too, because like technically Starfield launches at September 6th, but because if you get the premium edition, it releases 5 days early. So technically, I could get it for my birthday, basically as a birthday gift, instead of anything. So, so
Okay,
technically,
so
I mean, if you
I
really think
do that.
about it, yeah, I've been because like I was kind of curious about the game before, like especially last year, because I'm actually so wearing the game fan fest like jersey that both of you and me got from last year and everything too when we
Hmm.
went. Like yeah, like I was curious about Starfield, like kind of when it first announced, like with the teaser and everything. Was it 2 years ago? And then last year when they kind of like did a bit more about it too as well. Because wasn't it supposed to release last year at least, or and then it got
Mm,
delayed?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, so that delay really helped out a lot, especially with everything looks like. Because don't wonder why everybody's or they needed that 1 year delay because everything looks so good in that thing. But let alone,
So
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, because I was gonna say because also let alone, I bet you probably gave them more time too to like get at the two Starfield inspired like peripherals too, like the controller and the headset and everything too as well.
Yeah,
That they
definitely
announced.
milked those extra funds from Xbox, which
Yeah.
the controller looks sweet. I'm
Oh,
not one for Xbox headsets because I don't like their
yeah.
audio quality, but
Ironic, I had two headsets. Like they actually enjoyed them, but I might actually just snag one just because my poor headset of like almost like what like 5 years over is starting to die out on me, and it's a
hmm.
wired one.
Before you go out and purchase the premium edition, I
Uh huh.
should let you know because you have Game Pass
Yeah.
that they sell just the premium edition upgrade instead of
Oh.
you having to buy the premium edition.
Okay.
So if you wanted the premium edition upgrade, it actually sells for $34.99, and that gets you the DLC,
Ooh,
the art book, and
fuck.
everything else. Since the game will be available day one on Game Pass.
That's right. I forgot about. Oh, fuck me. Damn it. I mean, at least it's not
And
cheaper though. So I'm
I
already
know,
paying a lot into Game Pass anyway. So like every
I
month.
know.
But
And
it's
yeah, it also comes with the 5 day earlier
yeah.
release, which is for me essential. Like it's not even a multiplayer game. I just want to delve into this beautiful world. They announced like thousands of worlds you can go to, and the character interactions and the skill trees, and oh my god, dude! Like
Right.
I am
Like
fucking ready.
I know, like, because the way how they show about the worlds, like how many worlds you can do, is like, oh hey, yeah, look at this planet and everything. It just shows a few little planets, or like show like the moons and everything around it with the outposts and everything. Then he expanded out to the solar system. I was like thinking, oh hey, that's actually pretty cool. But then when I was like thinking at the time, I was like, what about the thousand worlds? It doesn't look that much and everything too. All right, now let's go see the entire observable galaxy. I was like, wait, what? And then when they went and popped it out, and the fact that you can see Alpha Centauri and just the other galaxies and the routes that you can take, I was like, fuck, that's a huge fucking
Yeah,
map.
it's they weren't kidding that you could just go absolutely ape shit crazy with what they
Yeah.
have.
Like it's like astounding like how much stuff they put in, especially with like just everything alone, like customization, ship customization, weapons, like story, and just the details of the city and everything looks. It's like how this is the one game like I'm really hoping that it doesn't bomb at or like it doesn't have any technical difficulties at launch, if anything.
So, from what I read, they locked it again at 30 frames per second, which is fine, but
Yeah,
I also want to milk out my fucking Xbox Series X
yeah. But I mean, also then
to
like
its full potential.
yeah, that's one thing. Like that's a little bit disappointing, but also then like if you really think about like how much like they had to input in just to make sure it's stable, like that's kind of a pretty good trade-off if anything, especially with just how much like
I'll play devil's advocate with that because they had the extra time after the
yeah,
delay.
that's true.
They totally
Yeah.
could have done it. However, I think, oh god, here's the thing. I'm in a conflict state
Go ahead.
because it's free on Game Pass,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
I get the upgrade. But if I get it for Steam, I bet you the modding community is gonna
Oh,
fucking rock this game's
oh, that's
world.
botting community is gonna be so like huge on that one, if anything.
I absolutely would fucking just delve
Right?
straight in.
And you may never know, they might also do a Fallout 4 kind of like thing where they also added to the consoles and everything too as well. Like through like
Well,
their
no, they said that there's mods.
oh, is there really?
And like one of the cutscenes had a gentleman talking, and he was like, "We have more weapons and more mods than any of our other games," and I was like,
Oh
"What the
wow.
fuck does that mean?"
Why
But do
is that?
you but do you have titty mods? No, Steam does.
Right? At least
That's
like
essential for my space exploration
I could tell.
delve into
Yeah.
debauchery. Yes.
Oh my god.
Now
That's
the other
actually
problem is I looked up the recommended
specs.
system requirements for the version of Steam.
Yeah.
For once in my life, I do not meet them.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
The recommended requirements are an RTX 2080. I have a 2070 Super,
Oh no. Oh, even I don't even meet that requirement either.
which
Oh.
means I would be it would really be like a fucking $700 version of Starfield because I would have to get a new graphics card.
Yeah, it'd be like just a pricey. Like all you're doing is paying the freaking graphics card just to get a new update at that point.
Yeah, exactly. That's not. I mean, I'll get it for sure for Xbox because it's
Yeah,
free, obviously.
of course. Yeah, I'm
But
sure it'll probably be
I'm.
free on the Xbox PC Game Pass too as well, if anything.
Well, yeah. Oh, you. Oh, fuck. God damn it, Seth.
Sorry, I completely
No,
forgot
you're
about that.
right. I completely. I spaced that too. Like, I can still technically. I
Yeah.
just still. And this goes back to something I mentioned earlier. Like, I'm sure if the game is still locked to 30 frames per second, the modding community on PC will unlock it to 60.
I'm sure if anything, and if not, like I'm sure within the time that they first start, and sometime like after launch and everything, I'm sure they're probably like, well, like once they finally found the right base and everything that they can like keep it stabilized and everything, I'm sure they'll be able to like research more into like unlocking 60 FPS at that point, if
Mm-hmm.
anything too as well. But yeah, this was actually a promising game show compared to the lackluster of like PlayStation and Summer Game Fest and everything too as well. Like all,
I'll counteract you. I don't think it was.
you all think it was?
Between just Fable and maybe, oh god, all I can recognize is Fable and just Starfield.
Yeah.
It's just like I think there's maybe 2 or 3 games I liked at every single one.
That is true, yeah.
Now
Like
this year, I don't think Nintendo's participating,
I don't think so either. I think they have their own Nintendo Direct sometime later, if anything.
and then I'm due for a Pokemon Direct. Speaking of, because it's been fucking radio silent, and I need more information on when I'm getting my goddamn Game Boy Advance games on my Switch.
Yeah.
But
Huh.
I don't know. I just this between like obviously new Call of Duty every year. Oh, I didn't see any like Madden announcements or anything like that. Is there an EA showcase?
I don't think there is. That's actually good. That's actually, I
Hmm.
was not actually, I forgot about that too as well because I didn't know. I literally forgot about that too. Because also they're the one that does like um Star Wars too as well because they got the license for it and everything too as well. I completely spaced that.
Oh, there was that new Star Wars game, Star Wars Outlaws, like announced
Yeah.
too. That looked actually pretty interesting.
Why is that the first thing that shows up? I put an EA showcase and it gives me an article like watch live broadcast tomorrow for 2012.
Nice. Do it. Go back in time.
Right? There is a Capcom showcase coming up soon too as well. That I'm kind of
I
curious
don't
on
play
that one.
enough Capcom games to like justify. Oh, I mean, maybe if they announced a new Monster Hunter, then I'd
Yeah, or like a DLC at least for it too as well.
lose my. Well, they just said there's a new monster coming to Sunbreak.
Mm,
But like I think we're due because Sunbreak's been out for already 2 years.
yeah, of
World
course.
came out 4 years ago. Like I think it's just about time for a new uh Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so basically it's like yeah, since it's like on a 2-year cycle. It's one thing I was surprised at there wasn't like a big like Call of Duty, if anything, like that one just kind of just a trailer, multiplayer trailer at that point.
Yeah,
Also, Nintendo Direct is like they don't have a specific date announcement, but they'll like once they do, they'll put it up and everything too. Because I'm looking through this
hmm.
list.
Let's do their own separate thing, which is
Yeah.
very Nintendo.
Oh, one EA Play might not actually happen this year.
Why?
I don't know. It just says one showcase that might not even happen is EA Play 2023. Let's see. After
Oh,
hosting an EA Play Live 2021, the software giant decided to hang fire on a new presentation in 2022, and basically there's no update from it since 2023. So
interesting. Oh man, not that I mind, but I mean, like we also already got Jedi Survivor and stuff like that I've been looking forward to. I don't think
Yeah.
there's really anything else that would.
Yeah, because other than that, like, I mean, what's their big players like other than Apex, freaking Madden,
That's it. All the EA like sports titles and
basically? Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah, because I mean, that's what it kind of feels like every year is just like the same old thing every year at this point. I think that's kind of good on decision on them that they don't do that because I think that's probably going to be a low like watch thing if anything.
Unless there was like Sims 5, then I'd be like, oh shit, Sims 5.
Right? That'd be pretty funny right there if anything.
Which is wild because they made Sims 4 free.
Really?
Yeah, you can go on any console and just play it. Fantastic.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah.
That's how they get you with all the fucking 100 like of DLCs that they have. Because
Right.
there's no game that I know that has like more DLCs than like Civilization and Sims.
Right. Yeah. Oh, there was one thing that I was actually kind of surprised too. I completely spaced it. Was the Lucasfilms and Sea of Thieves like a collaboration for the
Monkey Island.
Yeah, that one I was not because like I was thinking like, oh, what are they doing with Star Wars? And I was thinking like, but I should have thought about. I forgot that Monkey Island was a Lucasfilms kind of thing too.
Mm-hmm.
But that looks pretty interesting. I've been kind of curious on like going back to Sea of Thieves for a little bit too as well.
The game always looks interesting. Like it's one of those games where like I know we're only gonna play it for like a fucking week and then never go back to it. It's like I have I have a constant gameplay rotation loop for years that I do, which is Pokemon, RuneScape, Minecraft, Diablo, Pokemon, RuneScape, Minecraft, Diablo, and I cycle through these things on a yearly basis.
I know, I feel you on that one too, because even I'm kind of like that there too. Because it used to be like Apex, freaking Halo, Destiny, freaking like kind of like a rotation like that. And now my rotation's been like,
oh, Destiny's on my rotation now.
Yeah,
which
like,
I'm sad because I've been at Brooklyn's house for the past week. Which, oh, we can get into that here. That's that. Okay.
Oh
okay.
yeah, huh? Like how's your sleep schedule going on that one?
We'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
But, oh fuck, I just lost my train of thought.
I was saying about my rotation with the Destiny and everything.
Oh, right. So because of the fact that I've been staying at Brooklyn's house, I haven't had my PC, and I was super excited because I was going to play all the new seasonal content and like do the dungeon and all that other shit. And then I realized that I don't have my PC at Brooklyn's house, so I can't play any of the new content.
That's the reason why you jump on.
I could do the deep dives, but I couldn't do the dungeon, which is something I want to do just to farm the gear because
the gear looks
want
good.
that fucking gear. Also, we have to talk. We have to talk because I discovered a secret boss in that dungeon.
Well, there's a secret boss in the dungeon?
Mm-hmm. We have been missing like 3 total bosses that lead up to a total of a secret boss. There is some other shit that we have to do.
So you're saying to me that like there's like more bosses that we had that we kind of were like complaining about last time, basically.
Do you I know, like, I wish there was a visual representation to like help the audience like visualize what I'm talking about. Do you know where the second secret chest was, where we were jumping above that giant section that had nothing in it?
I think so.
Because the second secret chest is in that giant open area where there's a circular like structure, and you jump on top of the circular structure, and then to get to the next section, you jump over the like ravine, the bridge. And there was that section we got on top of accidentally. Not accidentally, we were looking for loot.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
There's a secret boss there. That's how you get it. There's like X, Y, and Z things you have to do to unlock it, and we just never fucking did it.
Yeah, that. I mean, to be fair, we were also like doing it first time around, and the fact too that even the second time around, we were kind of just trying to get through it. But oh my god, I can't believe there's even more bosses that we had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
That first round part was like, or that first go around was painful in the ass though.
We managed to make it. Wasn't bad. Well, it's because we also cheesed the final fight with. But you know that's
a whole nother story right there.
Yeah. Back to your previous question. My sleep schedule. So I love. Like, I know you're gonna listen to this, Brooklyn, and I'm sorry in advance. I love her dearly.
Uh-huh.
She's a great partner. She's a phenomenal other half. She wanted me to go over and take care of her cat because unfortunately, they used to have 2 cats, Astro and Lexi. I believe, and I could be speaking here, Astro unfortunately had to be put down because of kidney failure, liver failure, one of those 2. I want to say it was kidney failure.
Yeah.
So poor Astro's been all by her lonesome, or Lexi's been all by her lonesome.
Yeah.
And then the fucking family goes to Hawaii, which is
right.
So they asked me to watch the house and just to make sure, like, like there's a car parked in the driveway and just take care of Lexi because Lexi is lonely.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, no problem. I didn't think fucking anything of it. This is a fucking fool's mistake on my part. My fucking god.
Yeah.
So the first night was all right. Like I had stayed up late anyway because again, I have logged 110 hours in 10 total fucking days of Diablo.
Yeah.
I've been playing 10-hour days, 10 plus hour days of Diablo, which
You're
is
a
fucking
maniac.
I have logged more hours in Diablo in a 1 week than I did in Pokemon or Kingdom Hearts ever.
Which is very astounding because like those are like the biggest games for
those
you.
are my big ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one and I'm not even close to done. Like there's so many other things I have to do. I want to do. It tickles that little fucking ADHD section in my brain holder that's just like, you need to keep going because they have this and this and
Yeah.
Oh, a hell type popped up. Oh, world boss popped up. Oh, we gotta go do a nightmare dungeon with Josh. Oh, you unlock torment. Like it keeps me distracted so frequently that oh shit, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. So the first night I went to bed super late.
Yeah.
Which was fine. And then Lexi like was just asleep and we chilled. The second night is where I knew I might have been fucked.
How so?
So Lexi in the intro, like I couldn't really hear it the first night because I have my Xbox headphones on. I have my Razer Black Sharks, which is what I use now.
Yeah.
So it blocks out a lot of exterior sound, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So blaring both Life is But a Dream and Diablo, I'm metaled the fuck out, ready to kick some ass.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything outside of this bubble.
Yeah.
I guess the first night Lexi was howling because she didn't know where anyone was, which is really sad, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
I will admit, like, aside from the sleep deprivation, or is it deprivation? The word I'm looking for?
I think so. Yeah.
That I currently have, I have bonded very well with this cat. This cat like comes up to me and jumps on the counter and gives me like head nuzzles, which is super fucking cute. She'll also jump on my shoulder to like walk around the house and just my little partner in crime. Like if I had an Eevee or anything like that in like Pokemon World, that's how I would want to do it. She just like hops on and we just fucking chill out and she watches me play Diablo. However, because of the lonely, quiet state of the house, which I now realize I don't want a large fucking house.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm single, which I'm Brooklyn, please don't get mad at me. I'm not saying I'll be single in the fucking future. But if like I had the house to myself, the fucking silence and just emptiness would crush my fucking soul, dude.
Oh my god.
It is so quiet in that house. Like, yeah, they have like Amazon speakers and stuff like that, but like just like chilling by yourself. Oh my god, it's just so empty and I can hear the voices in my head talking to myself and I'm just like, oh, I need to like watch YouTube or something. And I started watching RuneScape videos again. But
there's a funny thing that it kind of reminds me of, just the way how your situation reminds me. Like you've seen Talladega Nights, right? With the Ricky Bobby. It reminds me of that one scene where like freaking Cal like calls Ricky about like how do you turn on the stairs and everything. Like, hey, how do you deal with the noises in the dark? Like it's pretty scary in here. Just and then at the very end, after they hang up and everything, he just hears a literal loud, a little soft sound that just "get out" and everything. He just looks around. It's just that's the way I can picture you just saying that and everything too. After everybody gets off, if anything.
But aside from the pure silence, is Lexi's howling at every little thing, and then I found out she has like a cat and boyfriend outside that comes to visit her.
Yeah.
So then she'll start meowing and pawing at the back door. And then there's also moths around. Like a moth got in. Oh, this one fucked me up last night, which is why I couldn't sleep. A moth somehow got in the house. I haven't opened any doors. Decided to like go to the garage to like go get food or to go run over here to my house till I can record content.
Yeah.
So a moth got in some fucking how. And I told Josh like, yo, I gotta get up early. Like I gotta record the podcast tomorrow morning. And this was at 1 o'clock, mind you.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm gonna try and get some sleep. He's like, all right, dude, cool, sounds good. Thanks for playing. Like, yeah, no problem. I lay down. I have to listen to music or not music, but like a YouTube video of someone talking.
Yeah. Like
to
as a white
distract
noise.
myself from the silence.
Yeah.
I have to do that at home too. Like it's
Yeah,
not
I
it's just
kinda
a
like that
permanent
with you.
thing.
Yeah.
So I did my usual like nightly routine. I chilled out. I got cozy under the blanket. Got my head pillow ratio thing going on just perfectly with the cool side of the pillow. I was comfy and I closed my eyes. And I'm drifting, slowly starting to head into dreamland. And then I just hear these like little pitter patters on the counter. I'm like,
Oh no.
well, now my ADHD is fucking telling me what the fuck is she doing? So I look up and she's just looking at me. I'm like, are you playing psychological warfare or are you fucking with me or like what the fuck are you doing? I get comfy again, like wide awake, thinking like, what the fuck is she doing? What was that? And the 30 minutes goes by because my brain hyper like focuses and hyper functions. I start dozing off again, and then I just hear, meow, meow. I'm like, what the fuck? What is it now? Like, so I get up, look at her. She's like so she's a very active cat, right? She's a Maine Coon, which is a fucking massive behemoth of a cat. If you don't know what a Maine Coon is, legitimately, her entire body size is the size of like my shoulder to shoulder, not including her tail.
Oh, I see. Got it. Damn.
Fucking behemoth cat, beautiful
Yeah.
cat, behemoth cat.
Huge ass
So
cat.
she jumps like on countertops, like not just like on top of the fridge. She'll jump because with ease she has like such momentum because she's a large cat. Jumps on the island to the top of the fridge to the top of the cabinets.
Yeah.
So she's like hopping around from fucking place to place, like doom 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 doom. Like what the fuck are you doing? I see a moth and I'm like,
Oh no, that's where it came from.
great. So I'm laying there. I'm like, it'll be fine. I'll go kill the moth real quick.
Yeah.
And then like I'll throw it away and we'll be fine. So as I get up, she's on top of the fridge,
Yeah.
and I see her put her paw up, and I'm like, oh shit, she got it. No fucking way. And then she lifts her paw to like, I'm assuming what she would have probably done is eat the moth, right?
Yeah.
The moth fell behind the fridge.
Oh shit.
And that set off a cataclysmic event that I'm just so tired from. Lexi came up to me and was like, meow, meow,
Yeah.
meow. And it was cute because the first couple nights she would like lead me into different rooms where like it smelled like Brooklyn's parents or it smelled like Brooklyn or Savannah, her sister, because she missed them. So she would like lead me to the front and like look out the window for them. And it was like me looking up for my dad who never showed up after getting milk. So it was super sad and super cute.
Yeah.
Like, I have to tell Alexa, like, they're not going to be back for 2 weeks, dude. Like, it'll be fine. So she'll come up to me now and try to lead me into new sections because she knows I'm a sucker to, like, follow her wherever she'll go.
Yeah, of course.
So I see the moth fall and she looks at me and then she starts meowing. I'm like,
oh,
fuck.
No.
That new fancy little toy of yours that was a living being just fell behind, and now I'm assuming you want me to like move the fucking fridge or something. That's not gonna happen. It's like I'm not moving a fridge for a dead moth.
Yeah, of course.
By the way, Brooklyn, there's a dead moth behind your fridge. So I'm assuming it's dead.
Hopefully it's dead.
Sorry, this is how you find out.
Right.
So the next several hours is just like meowing and fucking with me, and she's wide awake now because when I was trying to go to bed at 1:00, right? The cat tower is right next to the couch where I've been just crashing because that thing eats your soul because it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
So she's chilling next to me on the couch. She'll like watch me play Diablo and then she'll fall asleep in her little she has like a little nest, like a little scoop of just cloth where the cat tower hangs that she can just sleep in.
Yeah.
So I was going to bed because I'm like, well, fuck. If I don't go to bed now, I'm not going to be able to because if Lexi's asleep, I'll be asleep. And then I'll just sleep through whatever fucking weird fuck shit noises she'll make all night.
Yeah.
But once that moth entered, everything went out the window, man. Like
oh my god.
I think I slept from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. and then I hit snooze, which was stupid of me. Which you're actually lucky I even showed up for everything that we did today in the first place, because I didn't, like, my snooze alarm didn't go off. I think I missed the snooze button, so I hit stop on accident because I was so tired.
Shit, yeah.
So I actually didn't have an additional alarm to wake me up at 10:30 when I actually text you. So I just got all my shit and ran out the door.
Damn. Because when you called me and everything saying, hey, I'm gonna, or when you messaged me saying like, hey, I couldn't sleep and everything too, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't mind you just like rushing over, just like be safe and everything too as well. But when you called me, I fully understand how sleepy you were, or how tired you were, just from the way how you sounded. Like you sounded like you were drained, like how we were on a Thursday and everything too as well.
Which,
Like,
after we watched all the Xbox content, if you listen back to the start of this podcast, you'll hear my voice is a little bit like lower. So
yeah,
that is why I had just waken up from a night of no sleep, which I will now relive again. But luckily, Draper is a night owl, so I can just live my Diablo dreams of playing on Torment now.
Yeah, that's a very tough like thing. I always hate like having no sleep, especially like when it comes to like work and everything too, because like I hate getting no sleep and then having to work immediately afterwards, or like getting like 2-3 hours of sleep at that point. Yeah. But yeah, I feel you too as well. That really sucks to hear at that point, especially with the cats too. Like I know the feeling too, because freaking my cat Jellybean, my god, like those cats wants to go outside so badly, but we tell them no because there's freaking dogs on both sides of the freaking neighbor's yard and everything too. And you know how they always like to like go, or like cats like to go up on top of the railings and everything too. So we decided not to do that and everything too. But every time like I open the door out for the freaking dog and everything so she can go out to use the bathroom, we just see the cat's literally about to like go out. So I literally had to put my foot out in front of him. It's like, no, you can't go out. And then at certain points of the day, like they'll come up to me saying like, just start meowing at me. It's like, Jellybean, no, freaking, you can't go outside. Meow, no, Jellybean, meow, Jellybean, no, stop it. You can't go outside.
I mean this in the most respectful way. I'm not just like calling you fucking like fat or anything like that.
Oh no, I know.
It sounds like Cartman when he's talking. No, kitty, no, you stop the kitty. No.
Oh my god, don't worry. Oh man, this funny thing too, because we literally just did the exact same analogy with you two yesterday when we were like freaking talking.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, that's oh god.
Oh man, that was pretty funny.
And like I don't hate the cat. Like I just feel bad because like she's lonely and she's,
of course, yeah,
has separation anxiety already from Astro.
Not
leaving this world. Now it's luckily when they get back, they said that they're gonna more than likely adopt like another large cat. So
nice, that's pretty good. At least
Lexi will have a companion to run around and keep her busy and all that other fun stuff.
Yeah, that's cat loneliness is pretty much like a heartbreaking right there too as well. Like I don't know how.
And see, I haven't fully experienced. Well, I guess I kind of did when I was younger, because when I was younger, I had Mandu, which if you a play on words, it was Kathmandu.
Yeah.
Which is a city name, which was funny. Mandu unfortunately died at a young age, which good thing my mother doesn't listen to this podcast. That I am fucking traumatized from. But Mandu, we would wait for me like in the living room whenever I came home, and it would be my little buddy and just follow me around and like chill and sleep with me everywhere. So I think he had separation anxiety. But in my later adult life, my parents got 2 cats. They have Espion and Allie. So they function perfectly fine together, even though they kind of hate each other.
Okay, that's
well, because Espion's a dick. Because Espion will fucking attack Allie for no good reason whatsoever. Allie is the sweetest little fucking being.
Yeah,
she's adorable. She's a calico cat, and Espion's just this like gray-haired cat.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say that because it's my cat, and I talk to him like he's a fucking piece of shit. But he kind of is.
I mean, that's kind of like me with
Allie
the
is just like the sweetest little being. She's the cutest little light meow. She's peaceful, and Espion just like Espion is such a little. He's my cat because he's such a fucking little attention whore.
Yeah,
little fuck boy.
Little shit.
He's a little soy boy.
Yeah.
He's just fucking. Anytime Allie will come up and like want pets from me or my mother or whoever else, Espion is just giving her the death stare and then comes up and sits on whoever was interacting with Allie.
Yeah.
He's just a little fuck shit. Although,
oh my God.
Mandu, I miss Mandu dearly.
Yeah.
He used to be my little man whore because he used to hate all. Do you remember this? He used to hate all of the guys who came over the house.
Yeah, that's true.
But anytime a female came over, he was the night. Oh my god, you have the sweetest cat. That's so nice. I'm like, you don't fucking know him.
No,
He's
yeah.
playing you like a fucking fiddle, and he knows it. He's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck him.
You miss that shit, but goddamn, dude, he's such a shit. Like, my god, dude. Oh, freaking what a cat he is.
He was a legend.
Right.
I'll never forget the night I buried him, because I used to have this little tiny like stuffed kitty growing up as a kid, and it looked like Oliver from Oliver and Company. It was a gray, or not a gray, an orange like tabby colored. Yeah. And then growing up with Mandu found that little kitty, and it became his fucking best friend. If you touched that little kitty, he would fucking want to murder you. He would scrap you. He would. Oh my god, he loved that cat.
Wow.
He thought that cat was alive.
Damn.
So the night that Mandu unfortunately passed away early, he he was buried in a shoebox, because that's how you bury pets.
Like, yeah, of course.
With his little tiny kitty.
Yeah.
And then in that night, we drove out into the mesa to bury him in the fucking, and then it just started raining and lightning, and it was just like, it was a scene out of a fucking movie where just the most sad shit hits, and me and my stepdad are digging a hole to fucking bury the cat, and then, so sad.
Yeah, I feel you now. Man, that's crazy though.
My soul still hurts, but it's okay.
I don't blame you, dude. Losing a pet is like pretty tough and everything too. Like,
no.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening to episode 4 of the Skillless podcast. Be sure to once again follow us on our Instagram and social @_Team No Skill, and be sure to check out our YouTube channel where we post shorts and full episodes of the podcast. Seph, do you have anything else for the people?
Nothing other than that, but yeah, we are actually uploading shorts now for our best highlights of the of each episode and everything too. So you'll be seeing they'll be launched at least every 2 days and everything. But that'll be kind of like our personal favorites of like each episode of the funniest moments on there. And if you do find a specific or part of it that you want to listen to, you can basically just listen to the full episode at that point.
Well, awesome. We will catch you all in the next episode of the Skillless podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm not into it. I'm not into it. I'm not.